Friends, I'm Dr. Shab Shahid, as usual, discussing with you about human nature. As you know, we have been discussing from childhood and various part of the human nature and how it is help us to develop identity and a person develop his own life, his own personality. So this process is a very complicated one because the whole life depends on the basis on in which we have been brought up, what type of images we have developed in that respect. In this regard, I have been discussing with you about the adolescent age, and then I will like to narrate to you what is adulthood, and then what is the marriages, how the people select their marriage partner, what are the success of a good marriage, and why the divorces are increasing day by day, and the people are having a very painful kind of end in that result. Those who are suffering in it, they know better about it. Therefore, there are a lot of questions from various corners. I mean, there are people who are concerned with this one. They are adolescent. Then there are people who want to marry, and those who are married, they are feeling various kind of problem. And those who are married and having children, they are worrying about how they should teach and train their children that they should not have those problems which they have confronted in their life and they have suffering. Neither they can leave the wife or partner, or neither they are happy with it, and they are worried and feel guilty how we should do it, because when a person has passed those roads, then he go back and see, oh, I have done that wrong thing, and then they feel guilty also, those who are have a good moral ethical value to correct their self. So in this phenomena, for me, there are so many various kind of direction factors to discuss with you this phenomena about sex, love, and these affairs. So, keeping in view these factors, I would like just to see the people want to know what is the difference between love, hate, and liking, disliking, and what are the sentiments, how they are different from feelings, emotion, sex, and how they play a part in our life. And they also want to know what is a sex with love, for the sake of love, and what is the love, then they have a sex, what is uh, love without sex. And then they also asked in the end, what is this that a person is lost in his life for the sake of a beloved, or the one have a make a insight in his mind, and he want to achieve it. And there were certain smart people who also asked question, how is it possible when you see a person, you get in love, and then you lost in it, and your whole life move around that personality? Now, keep in mind, this question is a bit more complicated also. Those who are religious people, those who are Sufi, those who are involved in the love of God, and those who are involved in the love of their peer, saint, or prophet. What is that condition? Because we have to come involved in very complex process, because it is not a simple thing. You have to see where you cross limit of a God and a human being. Because if you love a person to such an extent that you make no differentiate what is a prophet, saint, and what is God, then here you live and you are in a very wrong direction. And if you have gone in that direction and you see that I'm on the right path, rather you have gone to the other extremities. So we will discuss these things with the passage of time as the thing will happen. So those who are want to know, they should continue. Otherwise, I can't send these programs to your home. You have to see what you have asked me. First of all, as I've written, the people ask me, what is the they want to know the basic. What is liking, disliking? What is the emotions? And what is instinct? And where the sentiments have come. So these are all interconnected. These are all affective side of human being. Without feeling, we are nothing. It is a feeling which make us motivate us and who do various kind of things. As far as liking and disliking is concerned, it depends on the culture you are living and the environment around you, because a child learns the thing by seeing other people and make it a part of liking disliking in a home. Suppose it is a food or some kind of dress or some kind of other thing, in which we have to ask these things. The people see how their parents are doing, how their big one are doing, and they copy it. But there is also a concept that one may come up with his own thinking, because one have feel that I should have my this individual kind of liking or disliking. Now, liking and disliking is a it is a very on the early basis. Uh, it can be changed, it can be corrected, it can be easily uh, explained with reasoning, and one can change the wrong kind of liking or disliking. But after that, then there comes the emotion. Emotions are more when you are liking attached with more power, internal force, because you want to do something and you are excited over it. When you are excited, you want to pay any price for it. So sometimes when the children they have a emotional attachment with some person and they are wrong kind of thing, the parent try to change them, but they are unable to do it, and there is a they crush the child without giving them insight, and there's a fight. The more they want that the child should change his those emotions with a certain thing, the more there is a confrontation and the child become rigid. So he become opposition in this respect. So this is the time to let the people know that these emotional attachments, something has been achieved over the period of time due to have an affection, because they got a positive kind of feelings, and they feel gratification, satisfaction. To me, there came certain cases in my country when a child who was the only one, the parent loved him too much. So whatever money they gave, they used to eat certain kind of dirty kind of sweet thing they called jalebi. So they were fed up what is happening, because you may not get sick. And this is not good to have too much sweet thing and this and that. The more they try, the more you are doing things. Then they brought to me, is there any way? I say, well, we tried every with love and other thing. I say, well, you just understand when you have attachment to a certain thing, like emotional, there is a stage of peak, peak of saturation. I mean, when one has satisfaction has been done, then the negative feeling emerges. So I asked him bring a big dash. Plate with that jalebi, whatever. And I asked him to eat it. When he said, "Oh, it is okay, very happy." Then I asked him, eat it more. Then he did it. Then his father stand up. No, you finish that. I may say dish, because you are fond of it. So when he went to that one, then he has a vomiting. That day, from that day, he stopped, about craze, emotional attachment with the jalebi. I'm just giving you a simple example. You can see around if your children and somebody has been done like this, excess of everything is bad. When you read to the top, then the negative feeling. That is the reason the parent used to talk to the children, you are laughing too much, and you will be sleeping. When we will go to sleep, you will be weeping, because when they have gone to extreme, they are looking some excuse and start weeping. So when emotion go to its extremity, then the negative feeling emerge in that one. Even if you see in the love, if you love too much to a child or this, you start biting him. What? This is a strange kind of thing. Same is about those people who cannot get some the beloved for what they are passing their life, and what they do, if they cannot get it, they take a revenge by killing him. So this is very complicated human nature, but these things are based on certain principles. So I was just telling you about the feeling, emotion, and instinct. Now comes the instinct. Instinct is an inborn, I may say, uh, um, tendency or need of a person. because you do not learn about sex, you do not learn about fight, hate, this and other kind of thing. So these are the instincts which are born with the human being. You cannot change it. If somebody say that this thing should be, I should can change it, no, he will not change it. Well, if he has changed, then there's some kind of mental problem. I mean, he's a psyche is a need. I mean, we are born with the sex which is a so much strong one for the reproduction process. And person are blind to get involved in this kind of activities. When they're controlled, even they, leave their home, run away, this and that. I'm not saying that is a good thing or bad thing, but I mean to say one must, parent must understand that nobody become an angel because after gratification of a sex in the, I may, legal way, then one may go to sleep. This is research psychologically when people have a gratification of the sex of both sides, then they have a their mental pressure goes down and they go to sleep because they feel to cool and relax themselves. These are the after effects. So when a person is hungry, you give him food. After that, he want to sleep because his starvation is done. But it is the job of the family, if the of the parent, that they should know how to deal with this thing, how to give a knowledge to these people, that they should have knowledge with the reasoning, not on here and say and this and that. Now come the next one, because I have to tell them what is the difference between these things. Then come what is the instinct. Now the instinct is higher status, something related with the knowledge, with the affective, with the feeling, and one is more organized and more, I may say, charged toward a thing, and that may you may say that one may have a sentiments, mean one may sacrifice one life for the sake of sentiments, because and if they go to such a thing, they think it is a good thing. I will have a satisfaction after my death. So they go and they sacrifice their life for the sake of their country, for the sake of their beloved. They lost their life in that one. We will discuss this thing in detail when we will say what is a spiritual love and what is a, I may say, the this love is no more here in this world. These are the old people who are connected, who are concentrating with these things. I will just discuss with these things with you in detail to understand how one is get lost seeing first time of that person. Is there was a mental picture? What is the thing forced him that he cannot? Both are seeing each other. They are not talking, but they are looking as if they are passing some psychic signal to each other, and they have some kind of psychic balance and communicating with each other. So this is the thing which is a very high level of thing. We will discuss the how it is happen and how the people get involved in Sufism and how they think that they are achieving that thing. But where the realities stand, we will discuss also what is the difference. I mean the sentiment based on reasoning, and one what is the sentiment based on blindness. One has lost control of his mind. One cannot go one suicide, one jump in the well. Yeah, these cases are happening around, but in those culture, on those area where there is a still psyche is rich, the people are more conscious. They have some moral, ethical values, and they have some discipline. But on the other hand, if the you see the other way, people get together, understanding, have a meeting. They want to go to club, and on the second meeting, they have all kind of relationship. They won't feel such kind of thing. They are not down to such level. So this is a very high level. So I will discuss also with you in this respect, and we have to see what is the goal of a person in love, in sex, and because when they are in the sentiments, their goal is very high level, and they love, and they have a passion in it, and they want to do everything with the knowledge and by thinking these things. So After this, we will also discuss with you the main thing which we start with this program. Is it how people are basically people want they should have a successful marital unit. In order to become a successful marital unit, one must know what is a sex partner. When you say what is the who is his sex partner, is it the one is the own choice? We discuss this thing also, or it is the choice uh, on what I may say criteria they have done it. So we will discuss with you that what are the effective ways and means how to select a good partner. Then I will see what are the psychological factors which a person just keep in mind and see in his research to find his marriage partner and what he's looking. So there are various kind of criteria. When we are talking, I will talk those criteria. You will just look yourself. What criteria you are looking? Are you looking the facial aspect, bodily aspect, or I mean there are various kind of uh, I may say factor in it. So we will also discuss within this one. Then we will see that in the spiritual love, what is the after effect on the mind? If one do not get the beloved or whatever he's looking for, then what is the mental state of that person? And if he has not lost, mean he could not get his partner, then what is his mental state? So we will also see what are the various kind of mental diseases which appear in that respect. So please keep on, and I'm sorry it would be a long way to discuss these things, but if you like it, okay. But it is for those people who are adolescent, they want to marry, they are going to adulthood, they want to see what type of partner should be, because it is not a one day story, it is a life partner. How you see the habit pattern of other people, because you don't, if a person do not know his own self in making a choice, then how we can understand what is the real personality of other person. And they come across and have a life nikah or engagement. So what will happen in the whole life, and what will be the effect in your day-to-day activity? So please keep on. And God says you should open your eyes, have observe the thing, use reasoning, and select the thing. But when you select it, then you keep the promise, because you promise with that person, and you should sacrifice then your.
ومن آياته أن خلقكم من تراب ثم إذا أنتم بشر تنتشرون.
And of his signs is that he created you from dust. Then suddenly you were human beings dispersing throughout the earth.
ومن آياته أن خلق لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا لتسكنوا إليها وجعل بينكم مودة ورحمة إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون.
And of his signs is that he created for you from yourselves mates that you may find tranquility in them. And he placed between you affection and mercy. Indeed, in that are signs for a people who give thought.
Allah.
ومن آياته خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف ألسنتكم وألوانكم إن في ذلك لآيات للعالمين.
And of his signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the diversity of your languages and your colors. Indeed, in that are signs for those of knowledge.
ومن آياته منامكم بالليل والنهار النهار وابتغاؤكم من فضله إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يسمعون.
And of his signs is your sleep by night and day, and your seeking of his bounty. Indeed, in that are signs for a people who listen.